Hey everybody, Tim Norris here, aka GreyElephant, and welcome to my post-Gen Con wrap-up. Gen Con 50, it was phenomenal, it was fabulous, it was the best. I enjoyed it immensely, and what I would like to do is share with you guys some of the games and some of the highlights from the convention as to why it was the best. It's been a week since Gen Con's been over. We are also very sad, we were also very exhausted. This week's worth of work was really brutal. I didn't do any of my exercises at all last week. I was just so absolutely exhausted all week. But now I feel my energy's back. I'm ready to share with you guys my experiences. So what I have done is I have made a list of 6 games and 5 moments that were just absolutely phenomenal that I had experienced at Gen Con. Oddly enough, most of the games I'm going to talk to you guys about were not for sale at Gen Con. They will be coming out later this year, or possibly even early next year. But anyways, let's try to highlight these. One of the best moments of Gen Con is to always catch up with your friends. And I mentioned that at the pre-Gen Con video. But I spend probably, I would say, at least half of my time just talking with my friends that I only get to see 1 or 2 times a year. There's a lot to catch up on, there's a lot to talk about, and really that's what makes Gen Con so fabulous. I spent practically my entire Gen Con hanging out with 3 to 4 people. Dave Taylor from To The Table, Family Perspective on Gaming, Tim Bresnan from Dad vs. Daughter, and Kevin Manning, and we pretty well just walked all around and played practically anything we wanted to that would open up for us and we didn't have to spend a long time waiting for. Which gets me into this. I didn't get to play everything I wanted to, but you never will. That's just Gen Con in general. Doesn't matter how late you stay up, how sleep deprived you are, and how hard you push yourself. You're simply not going to get to everything. And Gen Con had a lot to offer. 2 of the games that I really wish that I'd had a chance to play is The Thing from USAopoly and Terra Mystica Gaia Project from Z-Man. Very disappointed I never got a chance. Now, with The Thing, that table was always booked. And if you know me, I love the whole, The Thing is like my favorite horror film ever, and that was the main reason I wanted to sit down and play. Now, Tim Bresnan from Dad vs. Daughter got to play, and he had a phenomenal time. So jealous. With Terra Mystica Gaia Project, I didn't even know that was going to be there for demo until I found it Saturday right before the dealer hall was about to close, and I had intentions of going back Sunday. But I'll be honest with you, getting out of bed even on Sunday was brutal enough. But trying to sit down and play a game, it just wasn't going to happen. So I spent most of the time just catching up and saying my goodbyes. So Friends was number 1 on my list. We'll just scratch that one off now. Let's talk about a game. A game that surprised me that I did not know was going to be at Gen Con, and I have to thank Matt Holland for pointing this one out, was Majesty for the Realm. That is also by Z-Man Games, Asmodee. In this one I did do a video, and I strongly suggest you go check my channel out and watch this because you heard it here first, this one will be hot, hot, hot. Everybody I told to go over to there to play it, after I did experience it 2 times, mind you, walked away saying that they were highly satisfied and they enjoyed this game an awful lot. This game will be, I'm telling you, you heard it here first, one of the best games of 2017, and it's supposed to be released at Essen. Keep your eye out for Majesty for the Realm. We will now go into an experience. On Saturday, I get to, or was it Friday? These days roll together. I believe it was Friday. I get into the dealer hall, and the first game I sit down to play is Edge of Darkness from AEG. It did take 2.5 hours to play this because I played with one of the most AP-prone players that I think ever in the history of AP-prone players happened to sit at this table. And I didn't want to be rude and get up and walk away, which I probably should have, now I reflect back. It was pretty much time for lunch. So I get together with Tim Bresnan and Kevin Manning, and we all decide that we want to be fast because we want to try to come back into the dealer hall and play as many games as we can. So we're just going to hit the food trucks outside. Kevin swears up and down that Hot Box Pizza was like the best. It was good pizza, Hot Box Pizza. We got to go get Hot Box Pizza. Well, let me tell you about Hot Box Pizza. They suck. As we're waiting in line, we noticed that the line was going pretty fast because most of the people were going off to the side, saying that they were going to wait for the pepperoni. And I thought, well, I can, if it's a Hawaiian pizza, I can eat a Hawaiian pizza. I don't care about that. I'm not one of those shrewd people that can't eat, pineapple on my pizza. I can handle that, okay? Maybe it's a sausage. Look, I just want sustenance. So Tim's in front of me, Kevin's behind me, and when we get up to the tent, I can't really hear what Tim and the little person taking the cash were talking about. But they were talking quite a bit. And finally, I just started hounding Tim, and I was like, dude, Just pay the money, get the pizza, and let's go already. I want to go play games. Yeah, let's just get this food thing over with. I want to go play games, right? He's like, all right. So he gets his, he walks away, and then I walk up, I hand him my $5, they hand me the slice, and it had glitter on it. Glitter on my pizza. In the next morning, I was 3 trips to the bathroom before I even went to Gen Con. I'm pretty confident it wasn't even edible. It's the worst pizza I have ever experienced. Hot box pizza, litter box pizza, equivalent of a cat turd sprinkled with glitter. Instead of tomato sauce, it had buffalo sauce with cheese, and then this type of meat that I think that they probably found just tucked up underneath the tables. They just went around, scraped it off, and just put it on the top, and then put a little glitter on it, and oh yeah, it's good to go. Ever eat from that place again. Hot box pizza, you are the worst. I ate like 3 bites of this. All of us couldn't finish it. But the problem is the damage was done to us, not only to my intestines that I would later experience the next day, but now we got this glitter all over our mouths. It's just, oh no, you still got a little bit right there. You know, right there. Get that. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you got it. But then when you lick your lips thinking you're getting it, you gotta remember you got glitter all over in your mouth. So now you're just putting glitter all over your mouth. Bresnan and I, we go to play Dragonfire at Catalyst Games. As we're sitting there playing, the person who's teaching us how to play this game, she has a rule question. So we're all still sitting there at the table, and it's me, Tim's sitting to my right, I'm sitting here, and then I've got a woman here to my left, and another woman sitting across. So I thought, hey, this is the opportune moment to tell them about my glitter pizza experience. And the woman looks over at me and she goes, I wondered why you had glitter all over your mouth. Because here I am thinking I had already cleared all this off, and little did I know, I still had all this glitter all over in the hairs of my mouth and still all over my lips. And I said, you probably thought I just came back from some sort of a strip club or something. Number 2 on my list for games that I enjoyed was Way of the Panda by Simon. Way of the Panda will not be coming out probably until later this year or first quarter of next year. But this is a game where you have an action board where you're going to be assigning your little workers that are now going to transfer over to the main board where you're going to have your warriors moving around the board, defeating ninjas, and also building up the towns. A really fun game, and I tell you what, this is going to be one that's going to be high on a lot of people's radars. Way of the Panda by Simon was an absolute blast and a surprise hit because once again, I did not know about this game walking into Gen Con, but walking out, I wish I could have taken it with me. But it was a prototype, and they would have frowned on that. Another moment. So Saturday night, it's always a tradition that I always go to the Upper Deck party. We all just stand around, we drink, we have fun. It is a great night. So here I am, I'm standing at this table. There's no chairs, so we're all standing. And I'm talking to everybody, there's all this rock music playing, and we're all obviously intoxicated. The next thing I know, I'm feeling that I am being groped on my backside. I'm used to this. Oddly enough, I am. At the same time, I'm not used to the fact when I turn around that it's a female. I really expected it to be one of my male friends messing with me. I did not expect it to be a female stranger. Now, for guys, you have to understand, we view this differently than what women do. When somebody gropes our backside and we turn around and we see that it's somebody of the opposite sex, we think, well, of course you cannot resist me. I am way too sexy. So when I turn around and I see that it's a female, we get to talking a little bit because she's there with her group, and they realize that she is obviously way too intoxicated and they need to now take her and get her out of this room. And once she's out of the room, the table now that I have turned around that she was at, there was other people standing around, and one of the guys leans over and he goes, you know, she kissed me on the cheek as well. And I said, no kidding. He goes, yeah, but here's the thing. I don't think that that was a woman. I don't know if it was a woman or not. I am confident I think it was a woman. If it wasn't, I mean, look, I understand. I am absolutely irresistible to women, but now I understand I'm irresistible to men as well. And all night we just kept saying, not a woman. Not a woman! Not a woman! But like I said, I'm pretty confident it was a woman. I think. But I really do think it was a woman. I hope she's watching this, and I hope she comments down below, I am a woman. Sex symbol. Let's get into another game. Number 3 on my list for games that I enjoyed was Council of 4, once again, from Simon. I spent a lot of time at the Simon booth. I know a lot of people at Simon, and I've known them for a lot of years. So, it's no surprise I spent a lot of time at their booth. Not to mention, like I said, they had games that I didn't expect, sitting on the table that were prototypes that are going to be coming out later this year or even early next year that I didn't know about, and they looked good. Council of 4 is no different. Now, this is actually a remake, I believe, from a different publisher. I don't know if it had such the fancy components as what this one did, but it was a lot of fun. I sat down with David Taylor and 2 other people that I don't know, but once again, you can check out the video and you can see my explanation on the game. It was a lot of fun. Keep this one on your radar. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy this one. If you do enjoy a more, which is odd for CMON, you don't expect them to do the Euro-y type games, but they are really getting into these types of games. They're more variety than what you typically expect coming from that company. But a straight-up Euro with area control. And boy, did I like that a lot. It was a lot of fun. But I don't want to necessarily waste too much time explaining the game because I do have the video that you guys can watch, and that went into the explanation. Let's get into more moments and games. All right. Another moment was day 1 when I go to Gen Con. I used to always park at the same place. It's called the Idle Jorg. Okay, Thursday, I was shocked to discover that there was parking available. Without further delay, I just wanted to hurry up and get a place to park. I wanted to get inside the dealer hall and let's get our game on. Okay, let me explain this a little bit better. Carmen never necessarily attends Gen Con outside of just doing the Asmodee PR party. Thursday, I always come, I do some gaming, I go back to my car, I drive home, I pick Carmen up, I drive back, we do the Asmodee thing, then we drive home again, we call it a night. I go back to my car 6.5 hours later. For parking, $40. $40 for 6.5 hours of parking. I had never, ever paid a parking fee that high. What's crazy about this is, in the past, it would cost me maybe $8 to $12. It's just because they knew Gen Con was coming and all these people would be attending. $40 they charged me for 6.5 hours parking at the Idle Jorg. You people are a ripoff. About another game, Edge of Darkness from AEG. They had the prototype out. This one will be coming on Kickstarter in February. This one was a lot of fun. A little bit ruined by the experience of the Super AP prone player, but at the same time, I still did enjoy this one. Now, if you guys know my video that I did of Mystic Vale, I grew tired of Mystic Vale pretty fast. It was a game that was just full of nothing for me, and it was an exercise in gaming. But this one offered me a little bit more. This one offered me a chance to kind of like, fight the monsters. And plus what was interesting was that as you craft your cards, they go into a main deck where everybody now has the opportunity to be able to take those cards and use them. But then they got to pay you for that. So it was a very interesting mechanic, I guess, the fact that it's, everybody just shares everything in a way. But at the same time, you're still, trying to focus on winning the game yourself. And what's neat, too, is as you craft the cards on the opposite side are the monsters that would pop up, because those cards then could be slid into this box, which if you watch the video that I did of Gen Con, it will explain it a lot better than I can now. But that game, I tell you what, it was a lot more fun than what I expected, and it's a lot more deep and complex than what Mystic Vale had to offer. So this is one that I feel like is more of a gamer game for me, that I think my friends and I would enjoy. All right, another one. Let's talk about a game. Dragonfire from Catalyst Games. Now this one actually was on sale there at Gen Con, and I did pick up a copy. Now, I haven't necessarily sat down and played the full game mode, but the demo I did get of it, I did enjoy it. Now, I know a lot of people will compare this to the Shadowrun Crossfire, which is deservedly so, but I never played the Shadowrun Crossfire. It didn't appeal to me, and plus it just seemed a little too clunky. But Dragonfire, because it is more of the fantasy D&D, that does appeal to me more so. I enjoy fighting monsters. You guys know that based upon my pre-Gen Con video. So when I sat down for the demo, of course, I had the glitter pizza mouth. Let's not forget. But I enjoyed the simple mechanisms of this game. And I do look forward, now that I do own this game, to sitting down and try to provide some live playthroughs for you guys, for you to enjoy, of Carmen and I trying to battle through the dungeons and defeat monsters. But you can also check out the video I did for that one, because I did post one up as well. The game we're going to be talking about is Gateway Uprising. We actually have a video that's being uploaded right now on this one. This is a deck builder, and I did talk about this pre-Gen Con, and I did get a chance to sit down and play it. You will see the playthrough of Carmen and I playing through this one coming up shortly. But this one is fun. I love deck builders. I love fighting monsters, but this one has an area control aspect to it. But everybody's fighting everybody. You've got city guards, you got monsters, you got player, PvP, and a lot of cool cards that I'm surprised, this thing packs a lot of variety in this game. But, I don't want to get too much into my review of this here, because obviously her and I will talk about that after our playthrough that, like I said, is being uploaded right now. So there you have it, guys. Most of the games were not available, but we had Majesty for the Realm, Way of the Panda, Council of Four, Edge of Darkness, Gateway Uprising, Dragonfire, Glitter Pizza, Seeing My Friends, Not a Woman, $40 for parking, and yet I still didn't even get a chance to play everything I wanted to play or do everything I wanted to do. If you get a chance to attend Gen Con 51, I highly recommend you do. Come up, see the elephant. It'd be great to get our picture together. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.